So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this video. Now, since you've clicked on this video, I'm assuming that a lot of you are not my regular subscribers, since this video is more predicated on a single problem. So yeah, if you don't know me, my name is Sanders Stage and I'm the founder of my social media marketing agency, Stage Digital. Now, yesterday morning, I woke up to probably the worst message you can get from Facebook, okay? So I'm just go ahead and read it to you really quick. It was this message, okay? It said, on my on my ad manager up here, the first message up here was, your advertising access is restricted. You're no longer allowed to use Facebook products to advertise. You can't run ads, manage advertising assets, or create new ad or business accounts. Now, this is a very, very bad message to get from Facebook because it doesn't mean that your ad account has been suspended. It doesn't mean that your business manager has been suspended. It means that your overall personal Facebook profile, whether you're doing it on your personal Facebook profile or maybe a separate Facebook profile, but essentially it means that your entire Facebook profile has been restricted from advertising. Okay, so you're not going to be able to create new ad sets, you're not going to be able to create new ad accounts or new business managers. And so essentially, if you're like me and you're managing other clients' ad sets and advertising campaigns, then this is going to be quite the critical situation unless you've actually gone ahead and onboarded your clients the right way. So for Stage Digital, the way we actually onboard our clients is by becoming admins of their business managers. So if I went ahead and click this menu right here, there'll be a drop down of all my clients' business managers. And if I went ahead and click this one right here, there'd be a drop down of all my clients' ad accounts. Now, this means that essentially, I don't own my clients' ad accounts, so they own them. I'm just an admin, so I can control everything on their business managers and on their ad accounts, so I can actually create campaigns on their behalf. But when this happened, when my advertising access was restricted, and Facebook told me that we're no longer allowed to use Facebook products to advertise, you can run ads, manage advertising assets, or create new ad or business accounts. If I had actually owned my clients' ad accounts, well, then all of their campaigns would have been paused immediately. Okay, so all of my clients' ads would have stopped running, and this would have been a little bit of a difficult situation for me to explain to my clients. My advertising access just got restricted. Your ads will no longer be running. But essentially, because they've created their business managers themselves, and because I've taken them through the proper onboarding process and become an admin of their business managers, it actually means that their ads could keep running even though my advertising access has been restricted. Now, this whole onboarding process is something that I give away in the SMA Academy, but I'm just saying, don't ever create the ad account on behalf of your client. Make sure they do it themselves through their own business manager and then become an admin of that so the ads wouldn't stop running if a critical situation like this would occur. Now, the reason you've come to this video is probably to see the solution, okay? Because quite frankly, as I said, this happened to me yesterday morning where Facebook took away all my access to advertising. And so, I got a little bit scared, but I knew that I could fix this with the proper reach out to Facebook. And so it took me a total of 6 hours to fix this. Well, it took around, I'd say 15 minutes of my time, but the process took 6 hours before my access was actually restored. So if this has just happened to you and you're thinking whether or not you can regain your access, then it's probably a pretty positive surprise to hear that I did it in 6 hours, right? Now let's go ahead and take a look at how I actually did this. So guys, when you're in your ad account, the message will pop up right here somewhere. There'll be a large pop-up saying, your advertising access has been restricted. And then there's a button that prompts you to click press more, learn more. You press that button and you have like 3 options. So option number 1 is, I'm not sure which policy I violated. Option number 2 is going to be, I think someone logged into my Facebook. Okay, you're going to have a few different options here. Now, the option that I chose is just, which was the first option, which was, I'm not sure which policy I actually violated. Okay, so I click that option and then I click submit. Okay, then you submit that option for review. So you're actually asking Facebook to review which policies you've actually violated. Now, if you just go ahead and select that option and click submit, that's not going to be enough for you to get your access restored. Okay, you're going to have to take a little bit of a further step. Okay, so once you actually click submit, you'll be taken to your support inbox. Okay, and so this is what the first step that I was telling you about, because they asked me, why are you requesting a review? And I clicked the option which was, I'm not sure which policy was violated. Okay, Now, as soon as I had submitted this, instantly as I have, okay, so this was actually an hour after, as you can see, 10:25 a.m. I submitted this, and then at 11:15 or 11:16, I submitted this message, okay? So I did this directly under, and you can do this by just writing a response, okay? So I wrote to Facebook, "Thank you for taking the time to read this today. I hope I am correct in stating that the core values at Facebook are integrity, accountability, diligence, perseverance, and discipline, because I will do my best to apply these aspects in my message today." So essentially, as you can already tell from the first paragraph of my message, I'm really sucking it up to Facebook, okay? I'm really, really putting myself on a low pedestal in order to try and get them to regain my access. Now, usually I'm not a person, I'm not the kind of person that will write a message like this, because quite frankly, I think it's very, very cringy. But in the end, we gotta accept the fact that Facebook has a lot of power, especially for someone like me. I'm running an agency, and the majority of our services are actually based on running ads on Facebook and Instagram for our clients. So in this scenario, Facebook has quite a lot of power, and so I just had to write a cringy sucker message like this. Because yeah, let's go ahead and read the next part, okay? So my name is Sander, and on a daily basis, I manage the advertising efforts of my few clients on Facebook. It's a job I take much pride in, and ever since I submitted my first campaign for review, I've done my absolute best to abide by each and every one of Facebook's policies. I've read them through carefully several times to ensure compliance. Today, I woke up to the message, "Your advertising access is restricted. You're no longer allowed to use Facebook products to advertise. You can't run ads, manage advertising assets, or create new ad or business accounts." To be honest, it caught me by surprise, because as I stated, I've always given my everything to be in absolute compliance with your policies. Of course, I will have to explain to my clients why I will have to stop their campaigns from running at this given time. Now, if I'm not mistaken, these decisions are processed by some advanced AR technology at Facebook, and so for this reason, I thought it might be valuable to have a human being's perspective on this. Truth be told, I'm not sure what caught the algorithm's attention, because so far I've simply been running some very simple campaigns for one of my clients' music, and no further information as to what policy had been violated was given to me. Okay, so at this point, I'm doing a little bit of a wide lie, because I'm telling them that at this point, I've already been running some ads for one of my clients' music, which is not entirely true. I'm running ads for quite a few clients in quite a few different industries. But essentially what I'm trying to get across the board in this message is that I'm just a small business owner, a small, humble business owner. And, I've done everything ever since the first campaign I launched. I've done everything to abide by each and every single one of Facebook's policies. And essentially that I do everything to get my access reinstated, okay? So I ended off here by saying, "But I was hoping that perhaps you could tell me what triggered the decision. At this point, I don't know if I should have any hope left, but you should know that I will do my best to comply with all policies every single day if you were to recover my access. Looking forward to hearing back. All the best, and love, Sander." So as you can see, again, this is a very, very cringy message, but essentially it gets the job done, okay? I'm really presenting myself as a humble little business owner who has been doing his best to abide by every single policy since launching his first campaign. And yeah, there are a few white lies in between, but it doesn't really matter, in the end, you gotta do what you gotta do in order to have your access reinstated, okay? So, this is not the first time that I've had one of my ad accounts, or it's the first time I've had my entire profile restricted, but I've had, ad accounts restricted in the past. And in some of these cases, I've never been able to reinstate my advertising access on some of those ad accounts. Thankfully, it's never happened for one of my clients' ad accounts, but for a lot of personal experiments I've done throughout the years, I've had ad accounts restricted. And in a lot of those cases, I haven't been able to recover the access. And I realized that it was because, maybe I wasn't even writing a message like this. And if I was writing a message, I had a little bit of a hostile attitude, okay? I was coming into it with like, "Look, I'm so frustrated with you guys' product. Why can't you just recover my access instantly?" And obviously, it's a no-brainer, but that's not gonna get the job done, okay? You have to write, and this was again a little bit of an experiment that was, a little bit interested to see if this would work out, and it ended up doing it because, Facebook wrote back, "Hi Sander, we reviewed your Facebook account and determined that access to advertising features was incorrectly disabled. We've reinstated your access to advertising. Any ads that were affected will return to their previous status. We apologize for any inconvenience. Thanks, the Facebook business team. Okay, so you can see that a human being at the Facebook team has obviously read my message through, and decided that as they say, we've determined that access to advertising features were incorrectly disabled. Okay, so they're just being completely honest and saying we're sorry. Apologies for any inconvenience this might have triggered in your business. And this was a mistake on our end, but they would have never come up with like an apology like that or reinstated my access if I had written a message with a hostile attitude. You really just gotta suck it up to them at this point. You really just gotta write a message that is cringy as possible. Now, what I'll go ahead and do, because I'm assuming if you're still watching this video, there's a good chance that you have this problem too. So I'll actually go ahead and copy paste this entire message into the description of this video so that you guys can go right ahead and use it. Now, I do recommend that you change some words in it, okay? Obviously, you have to change your name, but I also recommend that you just go ahead and change the paragraphs a bit because you never know with Facebook. They have very advanced AI technology, so they might be able to detect that this is the exact same support message that has been written by someone else previously, okay? So if you do go ahead and copy paste it into your own support inbox, definitely go ahead and change just a few paragraphs. But except for that, to end this video off, just wanna repeat that if you are a client, if you're an agency, if you're an agency owner and you're serving your clients, never create the ad accounts for them. So you shouldn't be the owner of their ad accounts because in that case, if something like this happens, well, then all of their ads and their campaigns will be stopped, and that's going to be a little bit of a difficult explanation. Secondly, just make sure that you go through the proper onboarding process with your clients, so they have everything set up properly on their end, but so that you're only the admin of their business manager. Okay. Now again, this is something that I walk my students through in the SMA Academy. So yeah, but yeah, guys, that is it for this video. And I hope it helped you out first of all, and I hope that you'll get your issue resolved. As you can see, I wrote this message at 11 a.m. and they wrote back at 6 p.m. on the same day. Okay, so it took me like a total of 6-7 hours to get this issue resolved. So that's really, really positive. I was afraid that it was going to take a few weeks because it said that I should expect 2 to 3 weeks for a reply. Thankfully, they replied within the same day and reinstated my access instantly. But yeah, guys, that's it for this video, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.